Hi, hello friends, good morning. Welcome to our channel, The Voice of Nurse. Today we are going to begin new subject from the nursing point of view. The subject name is Nursing Research and Education. And also we are going to discuss nursing research and statistics, nursing research and education. In today's class we are going to discuss this subject, nursing research and statistics, nursing research and education. In nursing research and education is the major part in our nursing subject. And also in exams also we will get most probably 5 to 6 weightage max is there for the nursing research and education. Till now we finished 90% of all subjects. Along with 90% of all subjects related to the nursing point of view, we finished 3 sets of model papers, and recently we finished mock test TS MHSRB released mock test also. We discussed previous class, last class only mock test we discussed. Before the model papers we finished nursing point of subject, anatomy and physiology, nutrition, sociology, fundamentals of nursing, mental health nursing, medical surgical nursing, child health nursing, microbiology, nutrition, child health nursing. These many subjects we already finished. Along with these many subjects we finished 3 sets of model papers, plus last class we discussed TS MHSRB mock test also. We discussed IT questions with explanation. You already finished. Anybody here new to this channel, please check it once, all the subjects FAQs and also model papers. Along with model papers please check it once, mock test also. All questions are very important questions. Not only important question, FAQs also, frequently asked questions in previous years exam papers only. I already prepared all subjects related to the all subject nursing point of view. I make a videos and I already arranged in playlist also. Just check it once friends. Recently we finished TS MHRB mock test also. 80 questions I already explained in 3 parts. Please check it once. Anybody here not seen, I new to this channel, please check it once, all things. Each and every subject is very important to everyone. Let's move on to topic. Before topic discussion, a small request friends. Here anybody new to this channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and please share the video to your friends. Anybody not known about this channel, please share the video to your friends. They have to know each and every important question related to the all subjects. And while watching the video, please give a like and share your opinion in comment section, and also you can ask any doubts in comment section also. Let's move on to topic. Today's class, nursing research and statistics and nursing research and education, and also management we are going to discuss today's class. Question number 1. The role of nurse in research is. The role of nurse in research is. We will see here option. Option A, teaching and management. Option B, organization. Option C, communication and information technology. Option D, all of the above. What is nurse in research? We have to know. Nurse researchers are scientists who study various aspects of health, illness and healthcare. By designing and implementing scientific studies, they look for ways to improve health and healthcare services and healthcare outcomes. This is called as nurse in research. Research nurses need a variety of skills including management and organization, mentoring, communication and information technology. Poston and Brucher 2010 stated that research nurses are the fulcrum of clinical trials. One role of registered nurse is to identify issues in clinical practice that are suitable for the research. Regardless of nursing education, the only nurse who should interpret the research findings is the one of the most comprehensive understanding statistical analysis methods. The role of nurse in research and human subject. The research nurses need variety of skills includes management, organization, teaching and mentoring. These all things related to the role of nurse. So here in this option D is the Correct answer, all of the above. Along with these, option A, B, C includes building local research, change research culture, supportive surgical trials, development of nursing activities, informed consent, training, research management, clinical research nurses and their own wards. These all things comes under the role of nurse in clinical research. So here all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 2. Good research is. What is mean by good research? We will see here options. Option A, systematic, replicable. Option B, ethical. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. What is mean by research? Research is a systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusion. This is the meaning for the research. Research is defined as creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, methodologies and understandings. This could include synthesis and analysis of previous research to the extent that it leads to new and creative outcomes. A good research is replicable, reproducible and transparent. Replaceability or replicability and transparency are some of the most important characteristics of research. The replicability of research study is important because this allows other researchers to test the study's findings. So here the good research means provide evidence that is robust, ethical, stands up to scrutiny and can be used in informed policy making. It should adhere principles of professionalism, transparency, accountability and editability. Here the good research is a systematic, replicable, option B ethical. So here in these options, option A and B both is the correct answer. Means systematic, replicable, ethical, transparency and also reproducible. So here option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 3. PICO means. What is mean by PICO? PICO. We already discussed in related to the model papers also. Once again we will discuss here. Option A, population or patient intervention comparison outcomes. Option B, population incredibility comparison outcome. Option C, population intervention commit outcome. Option D, none of the above. PICO. PICO means here population intervention control and outcomes. The format consider a widely known strategy for fragment and foreground research question. The purpose of PICO, it can help to form a question that focuses on the most important issues for a patient or a population. Identify key terms to use in search for evidence. Select results that directly relate to this situation. The example for the PICO in a school-age children. What is the effect of a school-based physical activity program on a reduction in the incidence of childhood obesity compared with no intervention within a year of period? This is the example, best example for the PICO. PICO, one way to construct a well-built question is to use the PICO model. PICO stands for patient or population, intervention, comparison, outcomes. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 4. Implementation is a. What is mean by implementation from the options? Otherwise implementation means following. We will see here option. Option A, select sample from target population. Option B, to test hypothesis. Option C, to identify any difficulty with methodology. Option D, to test idea. What is meant by implementation? Implementation is the carrying out of planned intentional activities that aim to turn evidence and ideas into policies and practices that work for people in the real world. It is about putting plan into the action, the how as well as what we have to plan in the implementation. Implementation method. The implementation methodology is broken into 5 stages: prepare, plan, design, validate, and deploy. Each stage includes a series of segments that are filled with a set of inputs, tools, techniques, and deliverables, all building upon one another to move next stage. Implementation is a part of the project cycle that bridges the planning process and project outcomes. This step of process and how well it's executed and can ultimately determine to success of the project. Implementation is a identify any difficulty with methodology. So here in this option C is the correct answer. What is meant by methodology? Means methodology is a body of methods, rules, and postulates employed by the discipline. Methodology is a proper study or analysis of all methods used in the research. So here implementation is a identify any difficulty with methodology. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 5. Meaning of research refers to. What is the meaning of research? We will see here options. Option A, meaning the body of knowledge. Option B, search for knowledge. Option C, nursing practice to be answered. Option D, to assess the determinants of drug addictions. Actually regarding research we already discussed the first question and second question. Briefly we will see here. Research is defined as the creation of new knowledge and or the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative ways, so as to generate new concept, methodologies, and understandings. Research is a process of systematic inquiry that entails collection of data, documentation of critical information, and analysis and interpretation of the data and information in coordinates with suitable methodologies set by specific professional fields and academic disciplines. Research meaning. The meaning of research is a systemic investigation in the study of materials and sources in order to establish new facts and conclusions. So meaning of research. Research refers to a search of knowledge. It can be defined as scientific and systemic search for relevant information. So here in these options, option B, search for knowledge is the correct answer. Research means search for knowledge. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 6. Annotated bibliography is. Annotated bibliography is. We will see here option A, a list of citations to books, articles, and documents. Option B, a informed library research. Option C, relevant to materials. Option D, it is a technique. What is meant by annotated bibliography? We will see now. An annotated bibliography provides an overview or a brief account of the available research on a given topic. It is a list of research sources that takes the form of a citation for each source followed by an annotation, a short paragraph summarizing and evaluating the source. Annotating bibliography usually just includes bibliographic information related to the example, author, title, publisher. And annotation is the summary and or evaluation. Therefore, annotated bibliography includes summary and or evaluation of each of the source. The contents of annotated bibliography provide full biographic citation, indicate the background of the author, indicate the content or scope of the text, outline and main argument, identify the research methods, identify any conclusion made by the authors. These all are the content of the annotated bibliography. Annotated bibliography is list of citations to book, articles, and documents. Each citation is followed by a brief, usually about 150 words, descriptive or evaluative paragraph, and the annotation. Here last name or first name. For example, bibliography, last name or first name, title, subtitle, name of the journal, volume number, issue number, date of the publication, first page number and last page number. These all things comes under the bibliography. Bibliography nothing but in the book first paper paragraph related to the scientist, author name and publisher name, the page numbers and introduction and pages, topics names. These all things comes under the articles names. These all things comes under the bibliographies. Here in this option A is the correct answer. A list of citations to books, articles and documents. Next we will move on to question number 7. The tips in consent form are. The tips in consent form are. We will see here option A. Use simple form. Option B. General language. Option C. Form should not be an attractive. Option D. Easy to understand. The preparing the informed consent document. The consideration of preparing informed consent form like elements of consent present, complete explanations, lay language, protection of confidentiality, no unproven claims of effectiveness. Device studies include a statement that this study includes an evaluation of the safety of the test articles. Use the IRB consent form templates, write the 8th grade reading level and use the lay language, avoid legalistic language, use gender inclusive language, use the correct forms, parental permission and child assent, give each consent unique name by the IRIS. Get comfortable along with using simple and lay terms. Allow the consent to have a comfortable and conversational tone. Writing tips. Use the second or third person to present the study details. Avoid use of first person and should not be attractive. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Identify the subjects alternatives to participation in the protocol and should offer discussion of their relative advantages and disadvantages related to the situation and related to the condition. We have to take a consent. So here should not be an attractive. So here in this option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 8. Methods and tools of data collection. What is the methods and tools of data collection? We will see here option A questioning, option B observation, option C measurement, option D all of the above. The term data collecting tools refers to the tools or devices used to gather data such as a paper questionnaire or a system for computer assisted interviews. Tools are used to gather data include case studies, checklist, interviews, occasionally observation, surveys and questionnaires. These all things comes under the data collection methods and tools in the research. The process of gathering and analyzing accurate data from various sources to find answers to research problems. This is the meaning for the method of data collection. We are having 5 data collection actually: surveys, quiz and questionnaires, interviews, focus groups, direct observation, documents and records. These all things comes under the methods of data collection. The data collection tools important in research mainly protect the integrity of the research, allowing the identify resolve before drawing conclusions, providing references for future projects. The storage capabilities of data collection programs can enable to the save the work and references them for the future projects. Methods and tools of data collection generally questionnaires, surveys, documents and records, observation, measurements. These all things comes under the methods and tools. So here in this option D all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 9. Pilot study. What is pilot study related from the option? We will see here options. Option A method of data collection. Option B prevents errors from happening in the main research. Option C systemic sample collected. Option D none of the above. What is meant by pilot study? A pilot study is the first step of the entire research protocol and is often a smaller sized study assisting in planning and modification of the main study. More specifically, in large scale clinical studies, the pilot or Small scale study often precedes the main trial to analyze its validity. The purpose of pilot study: trials versions of proposed studies to test their effectiveness and make improvements. They are helpful in identifying potential issues early, which can then be rectified before committing to the length and expense of full investigation. Example of pilot study: a scientist who was attempting to study the behavior of rats in a match first conducted a pilot study with two rats. The purpose of this study was identify potential problems with full-scale study design. These all things comes under the pilot study. A pilot study is a research study done before actual intended research study. Pilot studies have multi-purposes, including reducing study errors. So here prevents errors from happening in the main research. So here option B is the correct answer. A pilot study can reduce the possibility of type 1 and type 2 error during the main study. So here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 10. Surveys can collect. Surveys can collect. We will see here options. Option A, wide range of information. Option B, particular family. Option C, particular house only. Option D, none of the above. Here what is meant by surveys can collect? The data collection surveys collect information from a targeted group of people about their opinions, behavior or knowledge. Common types of example surveys are written questionnaires, face-to-face or telephone interviews, focus groups and electronic surveys. These all things comes under the surveys regarding data collection. Surveys can easily adapted to collect both quantitative and qualitative data. Use a variety of question types such as multiple choice, Likert scale, drops down, ranking, open-ended and more to obtain all the information, the needs of the survey. What we need in the survey, we can collect the data. The surveys collect data. Surveys provide researchers with reliable, usable primary data to inform business decisions. These all things comes under the surveys collection of data. Surveys can use it to investigate the characteristics, behaviors or opinions of group of people. The research tools can be used to ask questions in the demographic information about characteristics such as sex, religion and ethnicity and income. So here in these options, option A, surveys can collect a wide range of the information in the population. So here option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 11. The types of research. What are the types of research we are having? We will see here options. Option A, basic research. Option B, applied research. Option C, action research. Option D, all of the above. The major types of research. Research is broadly classified into two main classes: fundamental or basic research, applied research. Basic and applied researches are generally of two kinds: normal research and revolutionary research. These are major types of research. Here we are having four main types of researches. The four main types of quantitative research studies are descriptive, correlational, casual, comparative or quasi-experimental and experimental research. These are four main types of research in quantitative research. Actually, in research, we are having quantitative and qualitative research. But additionally, we are having so many types of research like applied research, basic research, correlational research, descriptive research, ethnographic research, grounded theory, exploratory research, experimental research. These are all things related to the research. Here in these options, types of research means here all of the above is the correct answer. Not only quantitative, not only qualitative, all things related to the research. Actually we are having applied research, basic research. These all things comes under the types of research only. Next we will move on to question number 12. Field survey. What is meant by field survey? We will see here options. Option A, done in the hospital. Option B, done in the field. Option C, done in the clinics. Option D, none of the above. What is meant by field survey? Field survey is basically conducted to collect information about the chosen problem for which varied types of tools are required. These includes secondary information including maps and other data, field observation, data generated by interviewing people through the questionnaires. Field surveys allow research teams to collect data through the in-person interviews. Field survey is basically conducted to collect information about the chosen problem for which varied types of tools are required. These include secondary information, maps, other data, field observation, data generated by interviewing the people and through the questionnaire. Steps conduct a field study. What are the steps to conduct a field study? We will see now. Identify, acquire researchers for the field, identify the topic research, identify the right method of research, visit and site of the study, collect data, analyze the data acquired, and communicate the results. Exploratory, descriptive, and casual. These all are three main types of research surveys. Here, field survey done in the field itself. We have to do a survey in the field itself. So here done in the fields. Here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 13. Pie chart or we will see here options. Option A represents sample data as a proportion of a 360 degrees circle. Option B tables contains numerical data. Option C about quality. Option D non-numerical proportion. What is meant by pie chart? A pie chart is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into slices to illustrate numerical proportion. In a pie chart, the arc length of each slice is proportionally to quality and quantity is presence. Pie chart, sometimes called as circle chart, is a way of summarizing a set of nominal data or displaying the different values of giving variable, means percentage distribution. Pie chart help organize and show data as percentage of whole. True to the name, this kind of visualization uses a circle to represent the whole and slices of that circle, or pie to represent the specific categories that composes the whole. So here pie chart means circle. Pie chart is also called as circle chart. So in circle everything will be equal. So here in 360 degrees angle. Mainly pie chart represents the sample data with data points belonging to combination of different categories. Each of these categories represent as a slice of the pie. Size of each slice is directly proportional to the number of data points that belongs to the particular category. Categorical or nominal data is appropriate for the pie chart. So here represents sample data as proportion of 360 degrees angle or 360 degrees circle. So here in this option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 14. The methods of testing reliability. What is the methods of testing reliability? We will see here options. Option A stability. Option B equivalence. Option C internal consistency. Option D all of the above. Methods of testing reliability. What is meant by reliability? Reliability is the quality of being trustworthy or performing consistently well. Quality glossary definition for the reliability is defined as the probability that a product, system or service will perform its intended function adequately for a specified period of time or will operate in a defined environment without failure. This is called as reliability. Reliability analysis method. Reliability analysis procedure is calculates a number of commonly used measures of scale reliability and also provides information about the relationship between the individual items in the scale. Intra-class correlation coefficients can be used in computer iterator reliability estimates. The types of reliability like Test, retest reliability. Four main types as involved in the reliability. Test, retest reliability, iterated reliability, parallel forms reliability, internal consistency. These are the four types of reliability. Methods of testing reliability is stability, equivalency, retest reliability, internal consistency and iterated reliability. So all are the methods of testing in reliability. So here all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 15. Tabulation of data. What is meaning by tabulation of data? We will see here options. Option A, process of planning classified data into tabular form. Option B, ordering and coding of data. Option C, summarizes the data. Option D, none of the above. Here, what is meant by tabulation? Tabulation of data we have to know first. Tabulation is a systematic and logical representation of numeric data in rows and columns to facilitate comparison and statistical analysis. It facilitates comparison by bringing related information close to each other and helps in statistical analysis and interpretation. Tabulation is defined as the process of placing classified data in tabular form. A table is systematic arrangement of statistical information in rows and columns. The rows of table are the horizontal arrangement of data, whereas the columns of the table are the vertical arrangements of data. Tabulation data is the arrangement of data in table and charts. In a table there are two terms to known. First one is column, second one is row. Rows are horizontal whereas columns are vertical. Tabulation of data arranges data in an organized way which helps to better understanding of data. Tabulation is systemic and logical representation of numeric data in rows and columns to facilitate comparison and statistical analysis. Tabulation of data is the process of planning classified data into tabular form. So here in this option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 16. Measurements. We will see here option A, only length. Option B, length and height. Option C, length, height, weight, volume reported in metric units. Option D, only height. Measurement is the process of describing some property of a phenomenon under study and assigning a numerical value to. Measurement is considered as the foundation of scientific inquiry. In our daily life, many things are measured continuously in different ways for different purposes. So, measurement is the process of obtaining a numerical description of the extent to which a person or object possesses some characteristics. According to Good and Hat, measurement is the method of turning this series of qualitative facts into a quantitative series. There are four different measurement scales in research: nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval and ratio scale. These all are the four types of different measurement scales in research. Measurement is the qualification of attributes of a object or event which can be used to compare with other objects or events. In other words, measurement is a process of determining how large or small a physical quantity in a compared to a basic references quality and quantity of the same kind. Measurement is a comparison about length, height, weight and volume reported to in the metric units. So here in these options, option C is the correct answer. Measurements means length, height, weight, volume reported in metric units. Option C is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 17. The type of research reports. What are the types of research reports we are having? We will see here options. Option A, journal report. Option B, popular report. Option C, functional report. Option D, all of the above. What is the research report? What is meant by research report? A research report is a well-crafted document that outlines the processes, data and findings of a systematic investigation. Research papers can be written in a variety of fields including science, social science, humanities and businesses. A research report is typically made up of three main divisions: preliminary pages, body of report, and supplementary pages. The structure and content of research report are given in a table form. Means here all types of writing style of your research reports and their explanation will be, we are having these many types of research reports. For example, long report and short report, vertical and lateral report, internal and external reports, periodic reports, formal and informal reports, informational and analytical reports, proposal reports, functional reports. These all are things comes under the reports types. Research reports are recorded data prepared by researchers or statisticians after the analyzing the information gathered by conducting organized research, typically in the form of surveys or quantitative methods. A research report is a reliable source to recount the details about a conducted research. So, we are having so many types of the research reports. Here types of research report from the following means, here journal also one of the report, popular also one of the report types, functional also one of the report types. So here all of the above is the correct answer. These all are the types of research reports. So option D is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 18. A t-test can be. A t-test can be. We will see in detail about a t-test. What is mean by t-test also. We will see here options first. Option A, one-tailed or two-tailed. Option B, one-tailed, only one-tailed. Option C, three-tailed. Option D, four-tailed. A t-test is a statistical test that is used to compare the means of two groups. It is often used in a hypothesis testing to determine whether a process or treatment has effect on the population of interest, or whether two groups are different from one and another. A t-test is type of statistical analysis used to compare the averages of two groups and determine if the differences between them are more likely to arise from random chance. It is any statistical hypothesis test in which the test statistic follows a student's t-distribution under the null hypothesis. We are having three types of t-test. Those are one sample t-test, two sample t-test, and two sample paired t-test. T-test are two types are, we are having two samples t-test, dependent and independent. Dependent two sample t-test is also known as unpaired t-test. The samples in the two groups being compared are unrelated. Here a t-test can be one-tailed or two-tailed. So here in this test comparison will be there into the one group to another group. Otherwise one-tailed person to another tail means another group related to the two either groups we have to compare by using of analysis of t-test. So here option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 19. Histogram is a. We will see here options. Option A, it is an or diagram. Option B, graph containing frequencies in the form of vertical rectangles. Option C, A and B. Option D, only vertical rectangles. What is mean by histogram? Histogram is a graph that shows the frequency of numerical data using the rectangles. The height of the rectangle represents the distribution frequency of the variable or how often that variable appears. A histogram is a graph used to represent the frequency distribution of a few data points of a one variable. Histograms often classify data into various bins or range groups and count how many data points belong to each of those bins. A histogram is a graph that shows the frequency of numerical data. The height of a rectangle represents the distribution of frequency of the variable. The word comes from the Greek root histos, which means both the mast of the ship and anything set upright, like bars and histogram. Histogram is a graphical representation of distribution of data. It represents a set of rectangles. So here option A and B is the correct answer. Histogram means it is a diagram graph containing frequencies form of vertical rectangles. So here in these options, option C, A and B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 20. Types of presentation of data. What are the types of presentation of data? We will see here options. Option A, tabular. Option B, diagrammatic. Option C, graphical. Option D, all of the above. Generally, the data in the statistics can be presented in the different forms. Actually, we are having three different forms. Those are textual method, tabular method and graphical method. Presenting data involves the use of variety of different graphical techniques to visually show the reader the relationship between the different data sets, to emphasize the nature of particular aspects of data, or to geographically place data appropriately on a map. Having three types of presentation of data. Those are textual or descriptive presentation, tabular presentation and diagrammatic presentation. Besides, some of the tested and proven charts for data presentation includes double bar graphs, slope chart. These all comes under the types presentation on the types of presentation under the data. Types of data presentation broadly, there are three methods: textual, tabular, diagrammatic. So here option D, all of the above is the correct answer. Tabular, diagrammatic and graphical. These are the three types of the presentation of data. Next we will move on to question number 21. Several ways of administering survey. What are the several ways to administering the surveys? We will see here option. Option A, questionnaires. Option B, personal interview. Option C, online surveys. Option D, all of the above. How do you administer questions? Actually, in survey we have to use a questionnaire. So, how do you administer questionnaires? Questionnaires can be self-administered or researcher-administered. Self-administered questionnaires can be delivered online or in paper and pen format, in person or through the email. We are having four ways to conduct a survey. Step 1, identify the research goals. Step 2, define the target audience. Step 3, come up with preliminary questions. Step 4, design the questionnaire and also distribute the survey, organize survey responses, analyze and present the survey results and take a action. Basically, there are two classifications of approaches in administering survey. Those are personal approach and self-administering approach. The meaning of the survey is activity in which many people are asked a question or series of questions in order to gather information about what most people do or think about something. These all things comes under the survey related to the several ways of administering survey. Here all of the above is the correct answer. Questionnaire, personal interview, online survey, telephone calls, electronic mails. These all things comes under the several ways of the administering of survey. So here in this option, option D, all of the above is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 20. Data is defined as. What is meant by data? Data is defined as. We will see here options. Option A, getting information from someone about something. Option B, articles about people. Option C, reports. Option D, records. What is meant by data? When data is used more generally as a synonym for information, it is treated as a mass noun in singular form. This usage is common in everyday language and in technical and scientific fields such as software development and computer science. One example of this usage is termed as big data. Data is defined as information that has been translated into a form that is efficient for movement or processing. Relative to today's computer and transmission media, data is information converted into the binary digital form. Data is individual pieces of factual information recorded and used for the purposes of analysis. It is the raw information from which statistics are created. Statistics are the results of data analysis. It is interpretation and presentation. Data is as facts or figures or information that's stored in or used by a computer. An example of data is information collected for a research paper. An example of data is in email. Data is a information such as facts and numbers used to analyze something or make decision. So here in this option A is the correct answer. Getting information from someone about something. Data is collecting information from the someone about something. So here option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 23. Pictogram uses. Pictogram uses. We will see here options. Option A, represent a large number of variables. Option B, a graphical representation. Option C, use the images to represent the data. Option D, data collecting process. What is meant by pictogram? A pictogram is a chart that uses pictures to represent data. Pictograms are set out in the same way as bar charts, but instead of bars they use columns of pictures to show the numbers involved. A pictogram, also called as pictograph or simply picto, and in computer usage an icon is a graphic symbol that conveys its meaning through the pictorial resemblance to a physical object. Pictogram or pictograph represent a frequency of data, pictures or symbols. A type of graph that uses pictures or symbols to show or compare data. The computers in pictogram represents the numbers sold over the last 6 months. Here pictogram use the images to represent the data. So here in these options, option C is the correct answer. So option C, use the images to represent the data, is use of pictogram. Next we will move on to question number 24. Some journals may have. Some of the journals may have. We will see here options. Option A, a day. Option B, a day, month and year. Option C, only year. Option D, only month. What is the mean by journal? We have to know. Journal is a record that stores every details of life, ranging from events, ideas, feelings and the daily thoughts and memories. In this way you will be able to remember what you did, what you were thinking and feeling, and what had happened when you are younger. The good journal have transparency from the journal as to its aim and scope, the editorial board, indexing status and peer review process, reputation and policies for authors are among the key indicators of quality journals. Journals have dates. For a book, the date will be listed on the title page or at the copyright statement on the reverse of the title page. For a journal, in addition to year, there may also be the month or season related to the specific issue within the year. A journal's publication date usually consists of the volume number and month or year. Each volume of the journal series comprises a certain number of issues. The journals may publish 2, 4 or 6 or 12 issues for a year. The only way to reap all rewards income the journaling in the consistent. So here the journal have to mention a day, month and year. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 25. Chi square text. Chi square text. X square means. We will see here options. Option A, use it to evaluate the class or events. Option B, use it to evaluate the nursing care. Option C, use it to evaluate the relationship between two nominal or ordinal variables. Option D, evaluation of research. Chi-square test is a hypothesis test designed to test for a statistically significant relationship between nominal and ordinal variables organized in a Bivariant table. In other words, it tells us whether two variables are independent of one another. Nominal variables requires the use of non-parametric test. There are three commonly used significance tests that can be used for this type of nominal data. Chi-square test is independence measurement of all variables is nominal or ordinal, a level of measurement of variables and ordinal variables. So here chi-square test means option C, used to evaluate the relationship between the two nominal or ordinal variables. Here option C is the correct answer. Chi-square test is independence is used to determine there is significant relationship between two nominal variables or ordinal variables. So here option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 26. The levels of measurement. What is the levels of measurement? We will see here options. Option A, nominal. Option B, ordinal. Option C, interval and ratio. Option D, all of the above. What is meaning of measurement? We already discussed in this video only, previous questions. Just remember it. We will see directly levels of measurement. We are having four levels of measurements. Those are nominal, ordinal, interval, ratio. Nominal, the data can only be categorized. Ordinal, the data can be categorized and ranked. Interval, the data can be categorized and ranked and evenly spaced. Fourth level is ratio. The data can be categorized, ranked, evenly spaced and has natural zero. These four levels measurements also known as measurement scales. The measurement scales are nominal, ordinal, interval and ratio. If in exam we got levels of measurements otherwise, they will ask like what are the scales are present in the measurements. Otherwise measurements, levels of measurements is also known as. So questions are different but answer was same. Nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval and ratio scale. So here in this option all of the above. Option D, all of the above is the correct answer. Levels of measurement are scales, measurement scales, four scales. So here option D is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 27. Use alphabet letters. Use alphabet letters headings. Here we will use alphabet letters for the headings. We will see here options. Option A for introduction. Option B for appendices. Option C for research study. Option D, none of the above. Appendices should be labeled in a alphabetical sequence. For example, appendix A, appendix B and so on etc. An appendix is considered a chapter equivalent and the appendix title should be formatted like a chapter title. Multiple appendices should be numbered A, B, C and etc. Each appendix should be treated as a separate chapter equivalent and will be therefore start a new page. Appendices should be designed with the letters, the figures and tables are numbered in the straight numbering style. This means that its figures and tables are numbered consequently throughout the document. The appendices should follow the reference or bibliography unless the appendices include citations or footnotes. So appendix is considered a chapter equivalent and appendix title should be formatted like a chapter title with a alphabet letters in a heading form. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Use alphabet letters for the appendices. So here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 28. What is the moral act and also a moral agent? What is the moral act and what is the moral agent and also moral agent? We will see here options. Option A, administration. Option B, management. Option C, planning. Option D, organization. We will see what is the Meaning of moral act and moral agent. The moral agent is any person or collective entity with the capacity to exercise moral agency. It is suggested that rational thought and deliberation are prerequisite skills for any agent. In this way, moral agents can discern between right and wrong or be held accountable for the consequences of their actions. It can be broadly summarized as integrity. An administrator would undertake administrative action on basis of honesty and not use his power. The outcome of moral agency is patient centered care within physiotherapy practice. The therapist patient interaction act as a forum for the understanding. The administration moral means to well based standards of right and wrong that prescribed that what humans thought. The problem of moral reasoning in administration has been introduced for implementing different policies of the government for the welfare of people in the country. So here option A is the correct answer. Next we move on to question number 29. Demography is a. What is mean by demography? We will see here options. Option A study of population. Option B study of population variables such as fertility, mortality, age, sex. Option C study of the people. Option D fertility rate. We know easy question only, but we have to give according to the priority here. Demography is the statistical study of human populations. Demographers use census data, surveys, and statistical models to analyze the size of the population. Demography is the science of population. Demographers seek to understand population dynamics by investigating three main demographic processes. Those are birth, death, and population. Demography is a statistical study of population, especially human beings. Demographic analysis examines, measure the dimensions and dynamics of population. It can cover the societies or groups defined by criteria such as education, nationality, religion, and ethnicity. Demography, we are having four types of demographics, includes age, gender, religion, income, and education. There are few other main demographics commonly used, combining multiple demographics. These are referred to the family, life cycle, and socio-economic status. Demographic information example like age, race, ethnicity, gender, marital status, income, education, and employment. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Demography is study of population variables such as fertility, mortality, age, and sex. So here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 30. 30th question is the last question in this part 1 related to the nursing research and statistics. Telephone interview. What is meant by telephone interview? We will see here options. Option A questioning by telephone. Option B questioning by oral. Option C questioning by written. Option D exam by telephone. What is meant by telephone interview? An interview conducted over the telephone. An interview is conducted over the telephone is called as telephone interview. The types of telephone interview like the questioning of a person, often conducted by journalists. The telephone interview questions like what are your strengths, what is your greatest weakness, why should we hire you, why did you leave your last job, tell me about yourself, what do you want work here, what is your management styles, skills. Phone interview tend to short and straightforward, which can make it difficult for both hiring manager and candidate to build professional rapport with one another. Telephone interviews. Phone interviews typically last anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. So, need to make sure that you are fully prepared and ready to take an interview within 15 to 30 minutes of duration. So here in this option A is the correct answer. Telephone interview is questioning by the telephone. This one also very easy question, but I explained clearly. This is last question in this part 1 related to the Nursing Research and Statistics and Education and Management of the Nursing Research. This is 30th question. We will discuss further question from the 31 to further question in part 2 related to the nursing research. Thank you so much for watching my video. Anybody here new to this channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and please share the video to your friends. Each and every question very important. Not only this video, previous videos, model papers and all things important to each and every candidate, those who are attending exams. Please, while watching the video, please give a like and share your opinion. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment section also. Please give a like while watching the video. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you.